and welcome back to Sports Report. Matt, let's start this segment off with the defending Division V state champion Phoebus Phantoms, who are now on the drive to 5, and they're going to start this off against a familiar foe in the Heritage Hurricanes.
That's right. Heritage, a team that pushed Phoebus to a 1-point game earlier this season, almost kept their unblemished record and gave them a first loss there. Phoebus now seeking its 21st consecutive playoff win for Heritage, trying to get their first playoff win in 12 years. And they're going to be led by Khalid Abdullah. He is the Peninsula District Offensive Player of the Year, running the football, trying to get over 1,600 yards on the season here in this matchup. And Heritage, after the run, will suck all the defenders in. They go to the pass here as Richard Outlaw finds Cameron Seiler. He breaks away from a tackler, and he's gone. 42 yards for a touchdown. The Hurricanes out to a surprising lead.
That's right. The Hurricanes not afraid of this big stage. You know, you mentioned Phoebus. 4 times they've won the state championship. These guys have been in big game situations. Heritage, a team that's on the come up, not used to this stage, but a freshman who you talk about not used to the stage making a play here. That's Tolliver. He finds a man Staten in the end zone, the ODU Monarch commit with a touchdown, and you see the big running back here for the Phoebus Phantoms carrying the pile. Tolliver hands off to Pittman again, and Pittman's going to move that pile across the goal line for the score.
Tony Pittman and the Phantoms now on the board. Dylan Crimp's extra point is good, so we're all knotted up at 7. In fact, Phoebus takes a lead 14-7, in the second quarter with just over 3 minutes to play. Heritage trying to get something before the half, but you got to watch out for that defense. It's Staten with the sack. He's making plays all year long. 14 total touchdowns, 5 different ways. And then you got right behind him Harry Lewis, Kevin Lyles, Mark Wilson, that defensive line stuffing you.
And there's Tony Pittman again, who's battled some fumbles the last few weeks after coming back from that suspension. But you see, he still knows how to carry the rock here, making defenders miss, using his blocker as well, as he's able to break an arm tackle there inside the 10 and punches it in for another score.
Not only have we seen a powerful Pittman running the football the last couple years, Matt, but a guy who's now making plays in the open field. And Phoebus, they've had some long on the field, some penalties, some mistakes, but they still find a way to get it done and pour it on. Tolliver going up top. It's Staten with the incredible catch in the back of the end zone, and Phoebus now is rolling.
That's right. The Pittman touchdown wiped off the board because of the flag, but as you said, Tolliver finding Staten in the back of the end zone for the score. And as we move ahead here, squib kick here from the Phantoms to the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are going to try and field it inside their own 30, but you see that Phantom defense just always ever present, just on the spot, making a big stop.
They're getting a hat on Abdullah and doing so in a hurry. And now Outlaw trying to make something happen in the pocket, rolling to his right. And it's Lewis with the big hit, knocking him down. That Phoebus defensive line is just absolutely ferocious. Tolliver's now got it. He's going to the air, and he finds a man. That's Troy Durham, who made a big catch in their win over Hampton last week. And now it'll be Tolliver keeping it for the 1-yard touchdown sneak.
Yeah, great run there. Bit of a bush push there in the back to get him across the goal line. Let's see how the Hurricanes can respond here. Outlaw, once again, just under so much pressure from the D-line of the Phantoms, who now have the ball again, and Tolliver's going to pitch it back to Pittman. Pittman finds a hole along the right side. He's going to push this one, and he's going to go all the way to pay dirt on that touchdown run. 43
yards goes Pittman after that Mark Wilson sack. Another guy committed to ODU, Mark Wilson, to go with Staten. Gives the ball back to Phoebus' offense, and the clock will tick down on another Phoebus victory, 11-0 on the year, 35-7 over Heritage. Abdullah held to 52 yards rushing. This one, Pittman gets 154 on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Tolliver with 95 yards to the air and a pair of scores.
And as we take a look at some other scores, it's Maury and Lake Taylor. Lake Taylor with the 51-0 shutout. Daquan Davis with 3 touchdowns on the ground. And Lakeland squeaking by Kings Fork by the score of 16-15. Zach Super with 193 yards passing and a touchdown.
Cavaliers scoring the final minute to win that one over their Suffolk rival. And the Hampton Crabbers 34-6 over Norcom Virginia Tech commit Dion Newsom, 109 yards rushing and 86 yards passing to go with 2 touchdowns as the Crabbers move to 9-2 overall. And Matt, that sets up another showdown, Chapter 2 of Phoebus versus Hampton in next week's Division 5 regional semifinals. Private school action, the VISAA Division II semifinals. Nansman Suffolk Academy over Trinity Episcopal 41-21. Matt Newhall with 2 interceptions. One he ran back 43 yards to the house for a score. And Fredericksburg Christian blanking Norfolk Christian 35-0 in the VISAA Division III semifinals. Hunter Griffiths with 112 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns.
And finally, in Division IV, Blessed Sacrament with a 28-21 victory over Greenbrier. Ty Smith 128 yards rushing, 54 yards on a touchdown catch.
Well, stick around. We've got more, Matt, some Division VI action as you've got the Oscar Smith Tigers, the defending state champs, taking on Bayside, as well as Western Branch and Bethel. You're watching Sports Report.